I am super excited to have this call tonight. I'm always excited to do our Tuesday team call, but really excited because we have the Genevieve Scory joining us tonight to pour into us, to share her nuggets of wisdom, to share all things Plexus, to share all things why we should realize that we are made for more. And so I am really excited to have her on. She's a dear friend of mine. She is really, truly the biggest face of Plexus, and it is truly my pleasure to have her join us tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to let you take it away, Genevieve. Thank you, dear, for hopping on tonight.
It is my pleasure. Thanks for the invite, Robin. And hello to all of you. I will tell you, I echo the sentiments right back to Robin about how fabulous she is. I will tell you, when I first met Robin, it was very clear to me that this woman was going to do some really big things within not only our company, but in her life and in her community. And that is the name of the game. I have to tell you, and I mean this in all sincerity, there are like three types of people in network marketing. There are the people that are kind of like, I'll just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. And then there are the people that are like, I know what I want to do, but I'm going to play a really small game. I'm going to play a game inside of my comfort zone, so I'm already pretty successful at X, Y, and Z. And so I am going to, in my estimation, probably exert more effort than most people and probably achieve more than most people do, but you're already a superstar. So like not really pushing yourself. So when I talk about like playing small, I'm talking in perspective and in relationship to what if you're already successful outside of Plexus, and I know you are because I know the caliber of people that Robin works with, we may not be challenging ourselves to be doing these really big things that can fundamentally change so many people's lives for the better. When I used to do opportunity meetings, I used to talk through and ask people this question. And my number one question was, why do you think that in our country, we grow up and tell people, go to school, go to college, and then the next phrase is get a job. Yet anyone that comes here from another country starts a business. Like legit. Anybody that comes here from another country does not get a job. They are starting businesses, and there's a reason for that. And that is because when you start a business, you open the door to a whole different way of living that not only changes things for your family, but invites other people to do the same. And that's like, honestly and truly, that's the kind of the place that we need to get in our lives, that we are thinking really big. We are thinking not just about ourselves, but I believe, honestly and truly, in rescuing other people and future generations. It was so funny. I was on a call today and I was talking about Leaders Retreat. And I was talking about a woman that posted a question on Leaders Retreat, and she said, hey, I just had a quick question. I wondered, because I'm trying to budget, what are the meals going to cost? Like, what do I need to budget for meals? And I thought, oh my goodness, this woman has never been on a cruise. Like legit, never been on a cruise. And I thought, this is why I wake up in the morning and come to Plexus. Like, this is it right here, this little thing. And somebody sent me a text like, oh my gosh, you are so patient. And she screenshotted this conversation with this woman. I thought to myself, first of all, I'm glad I look patient, because like I did not stand in that line, just saying. Like when I was on my way down here, I was not like, oh, please, I'll stay in the patient line. But I reached back and I said, I have all the patience in the world for people who want to change their lives. And I literally was like, I'm going to snapshot this woman's name and I'm going to keep watching the list, and I am going to hope and pray that she makes it on, because this trip will fundamentally change her experiences. You know, again, if you're already super successful, before I got into network marketing, I was fairly successful. I had a 6-figure income. I drove a nice car. So when people are like, you can drive a nice car, I'm like, I'm doing that. And like, you could have your own business. I'm like, I'm doing that too. You could have, I'm doing that too, right? So I was like super successful, check, 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 check. But I was not living a successful lifestyle. And that is the difference. See, you can make the money, you can hustle, you can be really busy. But the difference between being busy and successful and having wealth is very different. Wealth to me is associated with choices that go into additional generations beyond my own and beyond myself. Wealthy people impart and empower what they know on other people. When I first went on my first incentive trip, it was in the Bahamas. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to go to a store. I will find the peanut butter and jelly. I know we're staying at a Red Roof Inn. Like, this was my reference point. Red Roof Inn, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We'll probably take like a cab to the beach, and then we would say we're at the Bahamas. I never had any sort of reference points growing up that said, this is how successful people live. If you are willing to work for yourself, if you are willing to own a business, this is what wealthy people expose their friends, their families, their grandchildren to. Like, their conversations fundamentally look different at the dinner table than the conversations of other people. I wanted that. I wanted wealth in my life, but more than that, I wanted to help other people make different choices about their wealth. And so I will tell you, yes, you want to earn Leaders Retreat, 100%. You need to dig deep within yourself and show up on that cruise, not just for yourself, but for other people who do not dare to dream that they could have it too. Your friends, your family, your entire social network needs to see that, like, hey, if you want to learn a thing or two, if you're willing to be consistent, if you're willing to be a little gritty, you can have these things that you maybe didn't think that you could offer to yourself or to your family, like to your family. Fun fact, I thank God every day that I found someone that could reach me in my bullheadedness about network marketing and change our lives, because it opened the door to entrepreneurship to our family, which made a big, huge difference. My kids this week had their car break down, and someone said, the mechanic said, well, y'all have to just buy a new car. They're in their 20s. And I seriously praise God that, like, we are in a position where we have taught our children about money. We have taught our children about saving. We have taught our children things about being successful and wealthy, where they're going to be able to actually go out, use their emergency account, buy that new car, and not have the stress of 99% of the people I know who, if their car broke down today, it would be a monumental stress to them. I accredit that learning to network marketing. My dad was a professor. My mom was a housewife. My parents' family was so poor. We have photos, I'm not kidding, of dirt on the floor in the projects. Like, that's where my family came from. So to be at a place where I'm like, listen, for generations to come, our family will have wealth. I can't stop talking about this, y'all. I can't not talk to people and say, you don't have to live that way. I don't care if you tell me no. I legitimately do not care, but I will be the person that introduces this to you. You may not say yes now, but I will be I am honored to plant that seed in you that you could have more. And this is like 100% what network marketing gives people. It gives them the opportunity to get on a level playing field with people that were raised in a way that all of this was normal. This was not normal for us. So to be when you, and I tell you this because I think too many of us think we're selling stuff. And when you sell stuff, you can get stuck in a rut. When you sell stuff, you start to think in terms of like, people are checks to me. You know, when you sell stuff, you start telling people like, I sell supplements. Ugh, please, oh my gosh, remove that right away from your vocabulary. What we do 100% of the time is we trade energy. We trade an energy that's inspiring and confident and gives people hope. This is how I used to live my life. And listen, we had decent money. We did, but I still didn't have choices. I was working a lot of hours. Don't assume that because people have money that they're happy in their circumstances. I literally thought, you know what? I'll see my grandchildren. I'm working so much, I will just miss my children's lives, but I will see my grandchildren. I was working a lot of hours. I wasn't happy with that, but I didn't know any way out of it. And I'm telling you this because the way to Leaders Retreat is the way to changing your family's trajectory. The road to Leaders Retreat is truly, if you are wise, going to leverage hard work. It is designed to help you want to learn to create those habits. And the reward is, because I was consistent for 4 months, I got to go on a cruise. But the real beauty of it is that consistency, when compounded over time, will create tons more than what that cruise is going to offer you. So you really 100% want to ask yourself the question, am I playing a big enough game? Like legitimately, would I rather do what I'm doing than watch TV, go bowling, sit around, Netflix myself into, settling? I do believe the opposite of success is not failure, it's settling. And we settle for one reason, because we're not thinking big enough. We're not dreaming big enough. And we tell ourselves, well, rather than doing these things, these big things, I'm just going to tell myself I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to settle for what I have. I have enough. I'm grateful. I have enough. And it's like, I'm not talking about you. If you have enough, good for you. How about we spread the wealth? How about we take some people up with us? How about we find some folks that would like to be part of a charge of people that are willing to take responsibility of educating an entire community that you could have more? Let's not settle because we could have more. And that 100% is what we want to do all day and night. So I will tell you, yes, go for Leaders Retreat. And it's funny to me when people go, oh my gosh, I have to recruit. I'm like, why would you not want to? I just legit don't understand that. I'm like, okay, so even if you don't want to go after business builders and you do, why would you want people to sit in their dysfunctional bodies? Why would you want people to sit in a lack of health and not be available as parents for their children, or to be able to take care of an elderly parent? Why would we not want to help other people understand that? So I invite you to truly have this success mindset not just for you, but for a larger reason. When you actually wake up in the morning and think to yourself, okay, I'm going to connect with people today. My job is I'm a professional encourager and a professional connector. What'd you do today? I connected with and I encouraged 12 different people today. How could that be a bad thing? You know what I mean? But if your head is like, I got to sell them a triplex, it's like, no, you don't have to sell them a triplex. You don't. Part of what you want to do is be connecting and encouraging people. And through your, if it's Instagram or conversations, transferring hope and confidence. Transferring hope and confidence is, I believe, the best definition of sales. My job is to transfer inspiration and confidence that you could live in a different way. You could live in a better way. What if we woke up every day and we were like, hey, I'm not afraid to offer that to people. They don't have to say yes. Who would say, by the way, who would say no to that? But if everybody thinks, oh, you just want to sell me stuff, they will literally run from you. They will 100% run from you. You know, I believe, and I'm telling you, if Robin tells you different, you do what Robin says, because she is a rock star. But like, if you could just get to a place where you 100% just start literally talking to people, like, what is Plexus? Your answer is just simply like, can I, rather than explain a bunch of crazy science stuff, can I ask you a question? What's the one or two things that frustrates you the most about your health? Now, let me ask you all a question, and go ahead and type in the chat. Did you have one or two things about your health that you were frustrated with when you started Plexus? Yeah, we all did. And guess what? Our one or two things were different with each, but the same. Like if we actually all wrote down what those one or two things were, we would see some common threads. But what people have the tendency to do is they don't think about connecting. They think about controlling. They think about getting you to do something instead of taking you along for a ride. I can't tell you for sure if you need triplex until I've had a conversation with you about two things. What's bugging you that I might be able to help you with? And two, are you ready to do something about it? And not everybody is. Some people are super caught up in identifying with their health issues. We will come back for them. Do you know what I mean? But we hear no, N-O, and don't understand that no is part of know, K-N-O-W. You don't get to the knowing until you have heard no first, because most people, they don't K-N-O enough, so they N-O. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? So that no is actually the very first step to putting people on the path of knowing. So we cannot be afraid of hearing no, but usually when you start with a question that has to do about them, they don't tell you no. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nobody, if you say, hey, give me the one or two things that frustrates you about your health, they're not going to go, no, like, no. They legit will be like, okay, I got a list. Are you ready? And then they're going to tell you all the things. And then you just simply, again, you go, I know. I do know. Oh my gosh, I know. And you know why you know? Because you've been there. And when you tell somebody, I know, it discharges any sort of back off they have. It actually gets them to a place where it puts you on equal footing with them. And they don't feel this sense of like, oh, you're on the opposite side of this. You're actually coming along with me because you've empathized, you understand. And honestly and truly, you do know because their story, if it's not your story, is someone else's story that you have heard. And so it's okay to say, I know. Listen, I've heard that before, or I know that was me. I know. Gosh, like I know how that showed up in my life. Tell me how that's showing up in your life. Like, tell me what the impact is to your family, to your life, that you're experiencing these things. And you're going to hear, my friends, the real reason you are in front of that person. You're going to hear things like, I just can't cope anymore. You're going to hear things like, I am so incredibly frustrated by my health. You're going to hear things like, I can't show up for the people I love. You're going to hear, I am so freaked out about finances, I can hardly function. You're going to hear, yes, you'll hear, I haven't pooped in 10 days. You'll hear all the things. But that's why you're there, to uncover those things. And then you can share your story. You can say, I just want you to know how can I share with you how that played out for my life? Like this, and I just got to a point where I was like, I'm going to try these things because what do I have to lose? Like I was skeptical, but I thought, what do I have to lose? And the point of Plexus is to get at the root cause. Like, I honestly think sometimes we make it so complicated. If somebody asked me, well, what is it? I'd be like, it's a drink. It's a drink that is going to get to all the things foundationally that frustrate you about your health. I'm not going to say it's organic supplements, like supplements. Oh my gosh, so boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know technically that's what they are, but it's not like it's an earring. You know what I mean? If you're like, oh, I sell jewelry and that's an impulse buy, people right away go, oh, I like jewelry. I have never heard someone go, oh, supplements. I love supplements. Sign me up, right? That requires, God bless you, that requires a little bit of work. And so you don't want to sell people on work. You want to inspire them to take a first step. I love the idea of like, hey, listen, if you could drink a simple drink and actually get to the foundation, like the root cause of why you're experiencing those things, would you be open to hearing more? And so that, and I know you all know where to take it after that, but I think that's the stuff that we are inadvertently kind of not having fun with. I could have those conversations all day, every day. I would even reach out to people when that is at the core of what you want to know. Reaching out to people also becomes easier because it's like, Rhea, listen, I've been watching you on social, friend, and honey, and I'm just using her as an example. I cannot watch you drop that baby off at daycare one more week and then post about how you hate that. Let me ask you a couple questions. What's the one or two things that frustrate you the most about having to take your child to daycare? Like same conversation. And then I know. My friend, same. Listen, all I know for sure is it worked for me. It's worked for a bunch of people. It can 100% work for you. Now, all of those conversations have nothing to do with triplex. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I am talking to people like they're people. I am getting to know them, and I am there walking alongside them and just simply saying, I am here for you if you want a solution. I would be honored to share with you what has changed our family's life. And I do honestly and truly think of it as an honor. Now, while I'm here, let me tell you this. We need some leaders, y'all. And I am looking at you. We need some leaders. I know some of you feel called to leadership, and I am not sure what kind of craziness is getting in your way, keeping you from stepping into your calling. Some of you are leaders. We need more leaders. We need more teachers. We need more carers. Those are all characteristics of leaders. We need more leaders because leaders help us with a rippling impact, and leaders are willing to think at a higher level about how could we invite more people into the mix. We need more leaders. So while Earning Leaders Retreat is definitely a thing, and definitely being an ambassador or a customer is such a great part of being in this community, can I tell you that there is honestly so much more joy ahead when you accept the commitment to help influence other people to be more, do more, and have more. The rewards are great from a financial and a fun standpoint, but seriously, do you watch Robin's feed? Do you see how she treats her leaders? I'm just saying, I'm gonna quit and join that team. I don't even eat fish anymore, but I want to come to the fish fry. I don't like, she's like, oh, we're just going out having fun. I'm always like, where are they now? Where are they? They're out traveling. You guys all travel together, like 100%. You have key people in this group that have accepted the calling of leadership. I invite you, and I know you all know, you will be equipped. You don't have to be equipped. You will be equipped. You just simply have to be willing to say, I'm open. I'll walk it out. I will be bad in order to get good, because I like where Robin's taking our team. I love the vision that she's trying to create. And I would love to be able to reach down, not only for my family, but my friends' family, their friends' family, their friends' family, because we all need to link arms. We all need to help each other. And that is truly the best part of network marketing. All ships rise with the tide, y'all. And we are just getting started here at Plexus. Like legit, people are like, oh, I wish I was in at the beginning. I'm like, you are. This is still like this is still the beginning. But you know what you can't do? You can't sit and watch at the beginning. You've got to participate. Otherwise, it's not going to be the beginning anymore, and you're still going to be sitting there and watching. So I listen, I babbled. I'm sorry. I'm not though. I'm not even a little bit sorry. Not even a little bit. So I just want you guys to know there's so much ahead. I invite you to roll up your sleeves, double down, get a bunch of no's tomorrow from people. Just simply say, listen, I'm a part of this thing. I didn't really realize how big it was going to get or what we were actually going to do. But we're looking for people that see themselves as leaders who want to be part of growing our business and helping other people. I have no idea if this is a fit for you or not, but man, if I knew you were going to say yes, I 100% would want to extend the invitation. I want to invite you to consider changing your life. It may not be for you, but man, you could be impactful. We could create a lot of impact together. This group is listen, this team doing so much good. Robin's not playing. She scares me a little. I'm not going to lie. Like I got on this call because I was scared a little bit. She's not playing though. Like she is not playing. You don't understand the blessing of having a leader with a clear vision. Like legitimately, there are so many people I get on calls and I'm like, wah, wah, what are you guys doing? Like what are you doing? Like you'll never attract superstars without a big vision. Without a big vision, the people perish. You have a leader, you have leaders within this team with big vision. Keep staying on it. Keep walking it out. Keep getting those no's so that you can get to I know and I'm in, because the products speak for themselves. We can teach people how to pay for their products. You've got a fantastic community. You've got great leadership out there. It is a win-win scenario for everyone. So that's my story, and I 100% am sticking to it. And I just thank you all for letting me ramble for a half an hour. I haven't done an opportunity call in a long time. And I'm like, we just got to get people to see that this is for them. So thank y'all so much. Thank you. We love you so much. Seriously.
Beautiful. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
unmuting yourself and telling Jadzia how amazing she is. You
Yes.
are
Thank you. This was priceless. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you, and
That is
without a
done.
shadow of a doubt, in 1 year's time, you will see more leaders rising up to the challenge. Trust me.
I'm writing the names. I was scanning all the things. I wrote all your names down. So consider it. Just telling you. Consider it done. Thanks so much, Robin. We appreciate everything you do and bring to this company. Anything we can do to support your mission, I am always there. So we'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to jump off. I don't know if you're done, but I'm going to jump
We're
off.
done. We're
Oh,
done.
There
Thank you
go.
so much, friend. We appreciate you and we love you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for all that you do.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for
Good
hopping
night.
on.